Welcome to NBA 2K20, and thanks for joining us. I just purchased this game today to find out who is going to win the next NBA championship, or who is most likely to win the NBA championship, given that the landscape is now wide open, and there are many teams from both conferences, more specifically the West, that are capable of taking it all the way. The question is, who will it be? Well, we are here today to simulate and find out who it is. And I don't know yet who that winner will be. Now, after briefly looking through some of the rosters, here's the top 5 teams in the East. Toronto, I just left them there because, well, they're the defending champs. You could make a case that they're not top 5 anymore. Debatable. On the other side of the coin, we got the Western Conference. I've listed the top 6 teams. There's a lot of good teams. I feel like one of those 6 teams is going to come from this batch right here. Probably more likely between Golden State, Portland, LA Clippers, or Lakers. So let's go ahead and simulate and see how this goes. Here is the simulation to season number 1. Now, because of some of the surprise results that we did not expect to see, we decided to simulate 3 seasons instead of 1. We also made sure to put everything on automatic so that there would be no bias, influence on the outcome of games or trades. It'd all be random based on the computer simulation. One of the first items that may or may not have been a surprise was the Greek Freak from Milwaukee winning the MVP award all 3 times. So all 3 seasons we simulated, this guy won it. Most valuable player. In addition to the Greek Freak winning the MVP, these 4 other players rounded out the All-NBA first team. Now that the season is almost complete, we're going to go to the final standings in just a second here and see what it looks like. For the Eastern Conference, it's Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Chicago, Orlando, Boston, Miami, Toronto, and Brooklyn, rounding up the top 8. The biggest surprise to me here was obviously the Chicago Bulls. On the Western Conference side, you have the Lakers, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Rockets, the Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder, Utah Jazz, and last but not least, the big surprise, the Phoenix Suns qualify for the 8th seed. The most notable surprises of teams not making it were the Portland Trail Blazers, and you could say San Antonio Spurs as well, and Minnesota. All right, with all that drama out of the way, let's simulate the first round and see what we get. A bunch of series going on here, and we'll see what we got here. All right. On the West, we've got advancing to the second round, the Lakers, the Houston Rockets, Golden State, and, of course, the LA Clippers. On the Eastern Conference side, we've got Philly, Orlando, and Milwaukee plays the surprising Chicago Bulls, who upset Miami 4-3. All right, time to simulate round 2, and my guess is the Bulls' luck is going to run out here. Oh, they've just been eliminated. They got swept by Milwaukee. Looks like we got the Clippers and the Rockets in the West, and of course, Philadelphia and Milwaukee in the East. Now let's go and simulate to see who makes it to the finals. And it looks like we've got Milwaukee in the East, and Houston comes back and beats the Clippers 4-3, putting the Rockets in the finals against the Bucks. Now the question is, which of these 2 teams will win the NBA championship? All right, time to simulate the finals here. And let's go ahead and start it here. It looks like the Rockets pull up to a 3-1 lead and end up winning 4-1. So congratulations to the Houston Rockets winning our first NBA 2020 simulation championship. Now, I think it would be safe to say that the NBA landscape is pretty wide open right now, and there's a lot of things that can happen in terms of injuries, trades, what have you. So what we decided to do here is run 2 more simulations, a little bit quicker this time, to see who actually wins. In the second simulation of the Eastern Conference playoffs, it went Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Boston, Detroit, Orlando, Charlotte, and Indiana. Chicago Bulls were no longer a surprise. What was a big surprise was the Toronto Raptors, who missed the playoffs. They couldn't defend their championship in this one. Also missing the playoffs were the Knicks, Wizards, Cavs, and Hawks. In the Western Conference, we've seen the Lakers, Rockets, Clippers, Thunder, Nuggets, Warriors, Jazz, and Suns make the playoffs, while the Portland Trail Blazers missed again, along with a few other notable teams. Again, this is a much tougher conference. Let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs. Round 1 in the Western Conference had the Lakers sweeping Phoenix, Oklahoma City Thunder winning 4-3 over Denver, while the Clippers get swept by the Golden State Warriors, and Houston wins in 5 over Utah. On the Eastern Conference side, Philadelphia swept Indianapolis, Detroit edges Boston in 7, Brooklyn beats Orlando 4-1, and the Milwaukee Bucks, of course, win in 6 over Charlotte. Next, we went to round 2, where the West was pretty wide open. You saw the Lakers edge the Oklahoma City Thunder in 7, while the Golden State Warriors edged the Houston Rockets in 7. Both teams advancing to the conference finals. On the Eastern Conference side, pretty much the same as last time. The only strong difference was Brooklyn put up a good fight against Milwaukee. They won 3 games, but ended up losing 4-3 to Milwaukee, while the Philadelphia 76ers sweep the Detroit Pistons 4-0. So now we have an opportunity to simulate the conference finals to figure out which of these 4 teams, Lakers, Golden State, Philly, or Milwaukee, makes it to the finals. Let's go ahead and simulate the round here. Lakers off to a 3-0 lead. The Lakers end up sweeping Golden State 4-0, while the Philadelphia 76ers beat the Milwaukee Bucks in 5. So it's Lakers 76ers, and a big shocker here. The 76ers pull off the upset, winning 4-1. The Western Conference has been pretty wide open, and in the third simulation we did, these were the final results here. The Clippers taking the top spot, followed by the Warriors, Rockets, Nuggets, Lakers, Jazz. Minnesota gets in, and Portland gets in this time with the winning record, of course, but gets the 8th seed. The lottery teams here are the Thunder, Suns, Spurs, Pelicans, Kings, Mavericks, and, of course, Grizzlies. On the Eastern Conference side, for season number 3, the Celtics take the top spot, followed, of course, by the Bucks and 76ers, which is no surprise there, which have typically been the top 2 teams so far. And then we got the Brooklyn Nets at 4. The Raptors actually come in at 5. The Pistons, Pacers, and Magic. So the Raptors make it this time, as do the Pistons make it again. The lottery teams here were the Wizards, Knicks, Cavs, Hawks, Bulls, and Hornets, which is kind of where I thought the Bulls would be in the first simulation, but they overshot and made it to the second round there. All right, time to simulate the playoffs and see which, if any, teams emerges as a dominant one here. And it looks like we have a big upset in the brewing. It looks like the Portland Trail Blazers have upset the LA Clippers. Denver wins. And let's see, we got the Rockets and Golden State. No surprise there. On the East, we got Toronto, Orlando, Philly, and Milwaukee. Getting ready for that second round action here. All right, time to find out who makes it to the conference finals. And it looks like we've got Toronto over Orlando in 7, while Philly beats Milwaukee in 6. On the Western Conference side, we've got the Portland Trail Blazers upsetting the Denver Nuggets, while the Houston Rockets advance in 6 over the Golden State Warriors. Now it's time to find out who's going to match up in the NBA Finals. It looks like it's going to be the Philadelphia 76ers again, and they're going to play the Portland Trail Blazers, who beat Houston in 7. So this should be an interesting matchup. Philadelphia, Portland. Can Philadelphia win too, or will Portland win their first here? Let's simulate to find out. There we go. It's Portland versus Philly. Philly jumps. Oh, wow. Philly sweeps in 4. That was quick. So congratulations to the Philadelphia 76ers who win the simulation 2 out of 3 times. Also congratulations to the Houston Rockets. Here are some final thoughts after looking at the conference finals appearances by teams during all 3 simulations. If you'll notice, in the Eastern Conference, Philadelphia and Milwaukee mainly dominated. Odds are one of those 2 teams, if not both, will make it to the conference finals. On the Western Conference side, it was pretty inconclusive. There were 5 different teams making the conference finals. Yeah, so a lot can happen. Injuries, trades. We'll have to play out the season to see how the dominoes fall. But that's our look from the simulation side. And that is going to wrap this up. I am signing out. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the upcoming 2K20 season. We'll see who actually wins. Of course, injuries and trades and other stuff can play a role as well. Thanks for watching again.